Mueller here. David Mueller 666 says David Brian Mueller. That's my artist name. David Mueller 666 DM 666. Or other names I go by, pseudonyms that I've created for myself. Oop. I felt were appropriate. Oh, hold on. Let's get this selfie stick right here. Let's get it right. Let's get it right now. Please, don't flop. Don't do it. Don't let that all that wind bother you. Now, here, let's see. See if we got this right here. And how's that looking? We got over. Where does this go over here? Over there? Of course, we got my friends over, my groupies there. We got Minnie, we got Paxi Romana, we got Daisy, we got the Pink Bunnies are over there, and the Bad Hair Day girl is over there, and some other folks. We got quite a crowd over there today watching the show. Just warming up in the guitar. It's a beautiful day here in the St. Louis metropolitan area. Here in North America, in the Mississippi River Valley. Whoop, where'd my pick go? My thumb pick here somewhere. We dropped it? Oh, we didn't drop it. Not one in my pocket though. We did. Well, you located though. The other one. There we go. Oh, there it is. There's the one I had. This is a medium. I wanted a medium-sized one. There we go. Oh. Let's get it warmed up here a little bit. And of course yesterday, them Cubbies, go Cubbies, go Cubs. Here in St. Louis they did. I was down there last night. I don't know if you caught my little clips I made about it. I haven't got to add them yet, put tiles on or nothing yet. I was down at the stadium last night. I finally made it down there. After I kind of set out the season, because some unfortunate things happened earlier in the summer down there. I won't go into it now. Let's warm up some Carcassi, study in E minor. Classical guitar here. Carcassi's famous Study in E minor. Good one for students to start on learning classical guitar. Not real difficult. A couple of fingers are a little bit tricky if you're new to it. You'll get the hang of it eventually. And so will I. Flub it up a little bit. Sometimes I do. But trying to keep up the positive attitude even in the face of adversity and heartbreak. Oh. Start over. Too busy talking and playing at the same time. So the miracles continue every day. Every day. Every day is a series of miracles that sustains me and lets me get to the next day. Not too much worry and anxiety. Well, there have been a few nights it started getting me real bad. Just thinking, what am I? It seemed like there was no answer again. And what was I going to do? And then this a miracle would happen again the next day. And things worked out that day too. See, I'm an agnostic, but I experiment. I like to experiment with these prayer formulae and stuff. They seem to be working pretty good for me. Because I'm still here. I'm still going along here. Even after having been basically abandoned by people I loved and thought loved me, being abandoned by them pretty much. And being left financially at the point of destitution. I pretty much stretched out the few little resources I had, but everyday miracles happen. You know, yesterday, a kind woman, as I played some music here in this park, in another section of the park, here at JB Park in South St. Louis County, she walked to me and gave me $20. That was so kind of her, because you know, yesterday, it was very important I got that $20, because I made a small business checking account for my music publishing, where I published a few songs. I hope to publish more and stuff. And I needed that for one of the people I used there to help me do my stuff on there. That helped me make a payment to somebody for the month then, where I needed $9.99 to keep a subscription going for the month. And that was really wonderful that she did that. It was so kind of her. So kind of her. Another kind person at a Target store. I don't know how she was aware of me, but I had like $1.90 or $2.10 under my name, and I was trying to get a jug of soda pop, Coca-Cola, and then I had one other item I had to pay later, and I was saying I was this small amount short if I went ahead and got the 2-liter Coca-Cola, and I was trying to find an item that was less, cost a little bit less, but there wasn't anything really that would have gave me as good a deal as that, because there was a sale price on it. And a woman there gave me a little gift card, $20, and then I used that to get some supplies yesterday and today. And that helped me get down last night to the Cardinals baseball game in St. Louis versus the Cubs. I just drove down there last night. I didn't play music down there, and I just listened to the game, watched the game a little bit. It was really cool. It was really nice. Kind is like, it goes so far when you're in difficult circumstances. It's so, you know, like maybe it seems like everybody's so evil, mean, but not everybody. There's those beacons of light out there. There's people who do care for others now and then. People who have empathy. That was so wonderful. That's so wonderful. Thank you very much. And now today, a wonderful young lady, Marina, she gave me several dollars in change that I'll use later to give me a hamburger or something later, or something to eat, hamburger, or salad, or French fries or something. I'll use for my dinner. It'll be very welcome. And I'm hoping and praying my car keeps going. I'm driving a 1992 Burgundy Mercury Marquis. It's a very aged car, but it's going along. But then it started leaking the coolant fluid. I noticed. I hope it's not a pump going out or something. But I had several jugs of the coolant I've been carrying with me. I've been keeping up to the level where it should be. I've been all right so far. And the car, you got to add oil to it too now and then. And I did find some oil in my garage. It'll last me the next couple of days. Hopefully the car will keep going for me as long as possible. Sometimes, you know, like I said, I'm agnostic, but it sure seems like I got guardian angels at times that situations like that, they keep that car going, push me along in certain circumstances when they can. When they can intervene, like it seems like that anyway. Maybe, so I don't know for sure. I don't know. I don't know everything, like some people think they do. I don't know everything. Maybe someday I will, but I don't know. Definitely don't now. Be nice to, but I don't. And maybe there's something to it. So we we'll say a few experimental prayers today. Some of the formulas I use, like these Latin formulas I've been using, old church Latin prayers. Pater noster qui es in caelis, sanctificator nomen tuum, adviat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua sicut et in caelo et in terra. Panem nostrum cordiam et domus hodie, et debita nostra, et debitoris nostris. Induis non in tentationem, sed libera nos sed libera nos. Oh, the cat's trying to get my tongue. Sed libera nos malo a me, which is your Our Father in Latin. Kind of looks like stuff with that there a little bit. Hey, some tricksters trying to tie my tongue. That's okay. I got to do it anyway. Sancte Michael Archangele, defende nos in predium, contra nequitium, ad insidious diaboli esto praesium. Imperare Jesus supplicate epicamor, tu quae princeps militiae, caelestis satanum aliesqui, spiritus malignos, et qui prisionum animarum, prorogatur in mundo, dominum tute and infernum decide. Amen. Prayer of St. Michael, Archangel. Latin verse of it. Let's try one more. Let's try our Hail Mary in Latin. But I was experimenting with the very last verse. I changed a little bit. See if you can catch it the first time I do it. I changed the last verse just a little bit. Ave Maria gratia plena, Dominus tecum, et benedictus et mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Jesus. Sancta Maria Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoris nunc, et in hora vitae aeternae bonae nostrae. Amen. Do you catch it? At the end, I usually say, in the hour of our death. Remember I said, in the hour of our good eternal life. Anyway, I hope that's what I said anyway in Latin. That's what I was trying to say. In the hour of our good eternal life. See, my mother passed away last October 6th, the day after my birthday. And my birthday's on October 5th. Here in October, I'll be 55 this year. She passed away last year, 91. The day after my birthday, I talk about the traditional beliefs that St. Michael the Archangel will return to earth and raise the dead out of the graves and take the soul and put flesh back in the bones and breathe the Holy Spirit in the nostrils, and they'll live again. And then those who are still living then, that then will live forever, and we'll have a big banquet that day. And all the great musicians who passed on, they'll play. We'll celebrate forever then. I don't know if it'll happen. Like I said, I don't know scientifically it'll happen. Maybe it will. It sounds okay to me. Works out that way. That'll be all right. We'll have a big banquet. We'll go on and on forever. We'll sing hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Yep. And their tears will be wiped away. Won't be hungry or thirsty anymore. Pain will be gone. And those are the former things. See, some believe it was St. Michael the Archangel who helped resurrect Jesus from the grave. Those who believe in Jesus. Where again, I'm agnostic. I just like to experiment, give it the benefit of the doubt for various ideas. There was a tradition. It was St. Michael the Archangel that was one of the angels that came to that grave site and helped get it out of that grave. And there's some tradition that there was an actual resurrection. That it wasn't just a ghost. It was a living man that was raised. That some of the tradition has that he ate food afterwards and went and smoked his friends and ate food with them. And had one put his fingers in his wounds to show it was his body. The story of Thomas sticking his fingers into the wounds. There was in fact a physical resurrection. It wasn't just a ghost there, a spirit form. It was a physical resurrection, and presumably then, in that traditional view, well, then he would still be alive today. He'd be a 2,000-year-old man, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know everything. Maybe someday I will, but I don't today. So I'll still give it the benefit of the doubt and just hypothesize about it. Maybe we'll go the same way too. I won't complain if it goes well like that. See, some people might get scared or they'll hear talk like they'll run. And where they run, they'll run and jump, and they'll see a big field of fire and jump in there. Oh, let's just jump in there. Like lemmings running off a cliff. Hope you don't do that. Hope you don't think it's not the right thing and go running and wind up jumping in some field of fire or something. Gruesome thought. We won't dwell on that. We'll dwell on the former things I was talking about. We're just going to celebrate really nice. It is a beautiful day today. Temperature in the 70s. No breeze. It's late September. You only get a few days like this today. Like you get about 20 days a year maybe like this, where it's just really nice, real nice. It's not hot. It's not cold. It's not humid. It's not buggy. The little breeze keeps the bugs away and all that. It's not too windy though. It blows everything off the table. It's just right. Another day to really cherish. Make the most of it if you get the opportunity. I know there's some who have responsibilities where they won't be able to do many things they'd like to do. I hope they do find a day that they get to do those things too. For those of you who do have that opportunity, this is the day to take it. It's spectacular weather here in the St. Louis metropolitan area. And those Cubs will be down there again this evening. The Chicago Cubs will be down there again this evening. As baseball season starts winding to close. I'm glad I made it down there again last night. And then tomorrow there's a day game, I believe. I don't think I'm not sure who it's against tomorrow. Tonight's the Cubs again, though. I'm from Illinois, so I figure it's appropriate I could be a Cubs fan, too. As well as a Cardinals fan. and tease people one way or the other. We're one hat or the other, and tease people. Go Cubbies. You know, over in St. Louis area. I live in Illinois, across the river. Or in the land of Egypt, in the Illinois, at the edge of the Illinois Ozarks. The land of Oz, I call it. Oh, yeah, yes, I think I showed it the other day. I don't know where I said it just now. Well, I leave in the car my magic wand. I got a wizard's wand now I carry. But I can say I'm the wizard of the Illinois Ozarks, Wizard of Oz. That one of Frank or Baum, the man who wrote the Wizard of Oz tales. If he had an idea when he talked about Oz, the Ozarks, O-Z, those are what he's referring to, maybe near Kansas, which they are. But a tiny bit of it goes in the corner of Kansas there, southeast corner, Missouri Ozarks, and in Oklahoma there a little bit. And it goes down to Wichita and the Boston Mountains and stuff in Arkansas. And some people call this highland area in Illinois over there the Illinois Ozarks. It's right across the river from the Missouri Ozarks, so it seems appropriate. Well, like I said, some geologists in the previous video I was discussing, some geologists claim that actually the highland area in Illinois, southern Illinois, comes off of the Blue Hills in Kentucky. But I retorted that I believe where I live, in Monroe County, Illinois, like in Valmeyer, there's a knot there of some real high bluffs, like the Salt Lick Point, it's 832 foot above sea level, relative to the 400-foot river bottom. And it's very Ozark-like. That maybe that little piece is from across the river. Because across the river is Jefferson County, Missouri, where the Ozarks really get going in Missouri. You're going south of St. Louis and you get into Jefferson County, that's where it starts getting kind of mountainous looking. It's actually a plateau. From ancient mountains that wore down, it's a plateau, and there's all the creek valleys and river valleys in it, the drainage systems. Makes it seem mountainous. And not like the Himalayas or the Rockies, are not that big or tall. But that's kind of nice, though, if you're a guy like me, because I got like COPD. It can be difficult breathing if you want to go climbing hills and mountains. These ones around here are sizes I can still do. Even my COPD, I can just bite the bullet and go ahead and do it and say you get healthier. I finally got me one of these vaporizers. I'm glad. I got on it. We're still right here. I should have done it. I wish I would have done that about 20 years ago. So, but I don't believe that tobacco should be banned or nothing. I don't believe that. I mean, it's still a complicated affair. Our mortality is, I mean, so far people die one way or another. I mean, you die one way or another. And this vaporizer, I got the nicotine juice. I still like to use it in ritual use and stuff. It's one of the alkaloid plants that has that tradition, as does cannabis, opium, coca, other psychoactive plants, peyote, psilocybin. That have argued for the repeal of the Controlled Substances Act. And some of these substances, people have religious experiences on, spiritual experiences, and some speculate that was the source of human religions, spiritualism and stuff. And that was even the source of human consciousness, was ingesting such drug substances thousands of years ago for extended periods. That made us the ones who know that we're thinking, that not only are we conscious, but we're conscious that we're conscious and all that. That kind of distinguishes us from most of the other creatures on the earth. Our language development and our abstract thinking abilities. having had a lot of experience with psychedelic drugs and stimulant drugs, etc., I believe there is a case to be made for that. A very good case to be made for those arguments, just based on my own personal experience. You know, drugs are like fire. You know, you can warm your house, you can burn your house down. You know, so you got to use them wisely. But just as we don't completely ban fire and stuff, you know, we shouldn't. And throw people in prison for having the idea of even trying to mess with fire. I mean, we don't do that, do we? We don't throw people in prison because they swim and some drown and stuff, you know. Some will inevitably drown swimming. Some will get eaten by sharks and stuff. You know, we don't prohibit it completely because of how we take those risks. Their life does have risks in our present state. Maybe someday we'll have a world where it's not the case anymore, like I was talking about earlier. But surely it's not a good thing to imprison people in some archaic institution and abuse them for decades at a time. Is it? Is that a good thing to do to people? Are they better when they come out? No, they're not. They're crippled forever when they come out. If they get out. It inflicts injury on them. Social injury, emotional injury, sometimes physical injury. Which cruel and unusual, these ones on our Supreme Court who mince words like that and they split hairs, it should have been abolished long ago. This very criminal justice system we have in our modern world, it has no place here anymore. This is an archaic institution that needs to be retired. We have other ways to deal with people's behavioral problems or their misdeeds and all this. That surely we're more advanced than that today. That we would have this punishment-based, fear-based criminal justice system. That's a very criminal justice system too, because they're hypocritical and they commit so many crimes enforcing these hideous laws they've created. To impose on us. These ones who benefit from that, those who get wealth, power, prestige, or whatever, from the status quo as it is, by abusing us with fear and punishment and injury like that, and social deprivation, isolation, banishment, etc. None of this is good for anybody except those people. Oh. Let's see if somebody's walking up here. I'm going to cut it off for now. I'll come back later. Maybe try to be more musical later. But thanks for watching and listening for now. I'm going to shut her down now. DM666. Full legal name, David Brian Mueller. David Brian Mueller Publishing, Columbia, Illinois. 989 North Briegel, Columbia, Illinois. Phone 618-304-6284. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Let's turn around here and finish her off. Bye.